Coming, come, coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo, hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do? Coming through with the strength in you. You made it, good job. Strength in you, coming through. Strength in you, coming through. Hey boo. Hey boo, happy Monday. As you can see, we made it through the weekend. Yes, winning. But before I even do all of that, because you know I'm excited for life, let me give my girl in the queen on the seat and on the team like out.
Oh, I was coming through with the strength in you.
Good morning, boo. How you doing,
Good
honey love?
morning, good morning. It's a bad hair day, Monday.
Girl, stop putting stuff on your hair. Ain't nothing wrong with your hair. Don't be just throwing salt on your hair. Anyway, let me bring my king in. I'm seen on the team like
Bring me.
Yo, gang, what up, everybody?
what it do, boo? How you doing?
Yo, you had a little difficulty starting out the show, huh?
Man, I didn't know what was going on. Did you see? I just had to smile about it.
I was like laughing in the backstage. I was just laughing.
Look, and I saw you laughing, but I was like, you know what? They learn every day. This is a part of life. You adapt to situations, and it's how you handle them, right?
I want to tell you, courage. I feel you in the back here today because I haven't shaved my head, so I have like the balding going on. So I'm like, I'm wearing my beanie today. Today's a beanie kind of day anyway.
That's right.
This is not that fallback.
We still look good.
Or your hat anyway.
That's true.
Today, y'all, we have a special guest. I wanted to talk about fathers, Black fathers to be exact, because in the media, you always hear about the negativity of Black fathers either not being there, being bad role models, or just not wanting their kids, whatever it is. And I am just big on elevating my Black men because I don't feel like we get enough of that. So that's what today's show is going to be about. And he happens to be in the background right now. Let me bring in our special guest. What's up, boo? How you doing?
What's happening?
Hello.
What's going on, everybody?
I like your nickname. I like that, King Grizz.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't want to call you King Riz the whole show. So would you like to tell everybody what your name really is?
Well, my real name is Ian. So
welcome, Ian.
Ian, like IAN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you hail from, Ian?
Southside Chicago.
Chicago.
I'll go ahead.
I'll be lit. I'll be ready. I hear Chi-Town. I'll be what? No, I'm so glad you took the time to come through and talk to us today. I wanted to highlight and elevate you today because
I appreciate it.
You are a Black king and you have little ones. So before we even go into your segment, though, we do this thing where we do the word of the day and we do like motivation time and, you know, we uplift and do our thing. So I wanted to bring you in early because I wanted you to be a part of the word of the day and all that and making a fun, sentences because we be destroying sentences sometimes. So maybe you give us some good ones. But so while I'm doing and getting my songs ready, you want to tell us about your little ones?
Well, I have 5 now because I have a blended family now. Was there 13, 5, 3, and 4? Actually, 6. Ooh,
I was like, you forgot one.
Yeah, I just had my youngest. She's only a week old. She made a week today.
Congratulations!
Yeah. It just I guess I forgot about it because it's kind of weird her not being with me. She's still in the hospital, still in the NICU.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Well, then we're going to get right into that afterwards, though. But let's get into this right here. Because this is my song. This is my jam.
Way educate. The word of the day, don't wait, 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 educate.
I was like, how long is that fucking segment?
Hey, when you got one hand working the shit, you do what it do, how I do, when it do. But we got these words. So before I even pull them up and share a screen, I'm just curious if anybody know how to pronounce these words.
Okay, torpid and verisimilitude. Oh, wow. Verisimilitude.
Versus.
I'm going with that. I go with
Yep.
that.
I'm going with that.
It sounds like
Verisimilitude. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's what I
I
said.
had to practice. Like, dude, I was looking the whole time you were doing that little segment. I was like, like staring at it. So I hope I'm right.
Well, let's find out. We're gonna go ahead and start with that word because that word right there, I was like, what the hell?
Never heard that.
Never heard of it. And it's really for today. See, wait a minute now. Monday, April 3rd. How we say this word?
Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. What?
Verisimilitude.
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 Got it.
Y'all got that?
Verisimilitude.
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 The appearance
Never
of
heard
being
of it.
true or real. Oh, that's why I couldn't decide, because I feel like that went right with our topic today. The appearance of being true or real. Many people don't believe that black dads are verisimilitude. Hey, it worked.
Just gonna make it fit.
I made it work. Okay, no, but I'm gonna read this example sentence. I'm going first because I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Special effects in the movie received rave reviews. Critics panned the acting as lacking verisimilitude. Now wait a minute now. While the special effects in the movie received rave reviews, critics panned the acting as lacking verisimilitude. Okay.
I'll do the second one. The fine detail gave the oil painting verisimilitude.
Okay. And would I guess like to read a sentence?
I ain't gonna lie, the screen is too small for me. I can't
Okay, that's
barely even see.
That's all right. I feel you. I'm with you on that.
Well, you used to this. Let's go.
Because look, I'm sitting like,
Yeah, he's got an excuse. You don't.
Right?
Oh, what? It's my turn?
Yes,
No.
honey love.
Okay. Virtual reality equipment is getting more advanced, and the programs are showing real y'all know the word.
Verisimilitude. We got
There you go.
What the
I told you it sounded like
but y'all know the word.
That's not the point. That's not the point, Courage. The point
look,
is,
I was being verisimilitude.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, before I go to the next word, y'all, we gotta try to make a sentence for real. Now, I made my sentence work.
Oh, you want to?
You gotta have your own sentence. You know how we do.
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
You want me to put the? You want me to put the?
No. That defeats the purpose. When I go outside, I like my weather to be as verisimilitude as possible.
Okay. No, wait, what the hell?
What do you mean? That was
You
good.
want your weather, but if the meaning, if I recall, wasn't it something about being true or real?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how
The
you
appearance.
make the
We're
weather
in the
true?
simulation, man.
Okay, you know what? right.
You get what he's saying. You know how serious you mind
Yo,
till it's
just
cold
take
outside.
it.
You know what I was going for.
Now here he goes. Thomas, I know what he was saying.
Well, you know what he's saying. Don't try to do that man like that. I got you, brother.
But then let me hear your verse, Miller, too. Let's go.
Verisimilitude.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's it.
Bro, who uses that in the sentence? Who uses that in regular conversation?
Yo, I go through this every week with her. She uses these words that we're never going to use again. I'm never going to say that again.
That is not true.
Ever.
I just used eustress the other day. That is not true. I've been using my words when I was on the Roy Anthony show, and I used eustress. Don't play with me.
You trying to show off on it.
No, I've been trying to really be smart and use the words that I'm learning because I'm handy capable, and that is what it looks like to grow and get better. We got to use words we never used before. So we got to broaden our vocabulary.
I know. I want you doing it
because it's already that way.
I forgot the meaning of it, so I can't even use it.
I'm trying to find the verisimilitude in what she's saying right now.
Hey, that's the best one right there. That's the best one right there.
Ian, where your sentences though, Ian?
I just gave him
I'm like
that.
him. I'm trying to find the verisimilitude in this whole conversation.
Yo, I just gave him that. He could take that.
Oh, he taking your sentence?
Yeah. See? Partnership.
Got you, bro.
Don't have me on the show cussing. Okay, it's cool. I can't even play with y'all. We're about to do this torpid, and we about to this new word. Torpid. Let's see what this word means. Make sure we said that right.
Torpid.
Bow. We did. Disrespectful. Okay. Mentally or physically inactive, lethargic.
The second one says of an animal dormant, especially during hibernation. So my sentence would be the bear was looking really torpid during his sleep.
Uh-huh.
Well, Carrot be looking real turbid during her sleep.
You know what?
Yo, that works. And you hit that right on the head.
I can't stand you. After therapy, I'm very torpid.
See, I was going to say a similar sentence. I was going to say after a long day of work, I am torpid.
That works. Hey, it works. Bow. We learned some new words now. While y'all talking all this crap, I can almost guarantee. I'm
honestly going to use the.
I'm not going to use verisimilitude. I can tell you that now.
You're going to use it just because
I erased it out of my memory already. That's part of the dictionary. That's part of the V's. I'm going to erase that.
So because it's part of the dictionary, you don't feel the need to remember it?
Just because of that one word, I'm going to skip the V's in the dictionary. Just skip all the V's. Just skip them. Don't even need them. Torpid, I'm going to fit that in there somewhere. But verisimilitude, all I need to know is gratitude, altitude, longitude. Right. I'm good.
Attitude, whatever.
That's the only tools I need.
I'm not gonna do this with y'all. You know what time it is?
Motivate.
I'll put that on my shirt. I'll make a shirt of it.
Motivate.
Yeah, he did.
That's all I get.
I ain't
motivate.
I couldn't even
elevate. Motivate.
Yeah.
He's so I didn't want it to keep going.
So you cut it off?
Motivate to elevate. Motivate. Motivate to elevate.
You have a whole 2 minutes for your shit. And they get like 10 seconds.
I made it 10 seconds before the show, so it's okay.
Oh. Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
y'all,
Come on,
this is the
Taseki Boo.
motivation time. That it's like 10 seconds on. But how you doing? My name is Wisdom, and today we're gonna talk about change and adapting to your new environments. Right? How am I supposed to be professional? I'm really upset. We're gonna talk on this show. Anyway, adapting to your new surroundings and making a positive out of change. And I just recently moved. I'm in a whole new setup, and with change, it's been a lot of like emotional like things I had to get over emotionally and mentally. Right, like I really liked the old spot, but it was a lot smaller, and now I have to look at the challenges I have to deal with because I'm on the townhouse, so it's 2 floors. I'm on the second floor right now, so I have to constantly use the steps now, like constantly have to use the steps, which is a little tiring, but that's a good thing about change. Like I would have never got that challenge if I stayed at the old place, So, and I'm in a whole new area. I get to discover new places. Like, I try to turn everything I have into a positive. So, as long as you can adapt to your lifestyle changes and choices or whatever, like, ultimately at the end of the day, things are going to be easier for you. So, go out there, kill this week. Oh, I have a quote. I have a quote. I have a quote. I should have got this ready. But I only had 10 seconds in my intro.
I know.
What you said? You just talked about being positive and adapting. Then you gonna go over to Teddy Betty over here like that?
Hey, he talk. That's still part of his change of his to adjust
You
to his
know,
environment.
it's a
He
work
got
in progress. Thank
he
you,
got to
King
adjust to the
Chris.
10 seconds you gave him.
A goal is often meant to be reached. It's often. Wait. A goal is not always meant to be reached. It often serves as something to aim at. Bruce Lee said that. So what I think from that quote is, you should always have goals. Just because you don't have, like, you don't meet that goal, doesn't mean you're a failure. The fact that you established your goal and you went for it should be commendable enough. You know, uh, not every time you're going to be a success in your life. Through life, you're going to deal with ups and downs, and just go out there. Like I said, just go out there and try to adapt to your changes, and because life is full of them. Not everything's going to be easy peasy. But just go out there, motivate yourself, and tell yourself that this week we're gonna be awesome, and we're gonna go out there and kill it. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you motivation next time next week.
With a longer intro, cause it's in here. He gonna get it. He gonna get what he need. Anywho, let's go on with it. We got some more education for you before we go on and talk to our superstar over here, the other king of the team. Ian, we ain't gonna talk to you yet, boo. We gonna just educate one more again. We got a little black history going on. I almost forgot my people. This guy, I've never heard of him. His name is Patrice
Oh, why is he
Lumumba.
blurry?
Huh?
You can't see his face; it's blurry.
Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Let's see. Patrice Lumumba. Hold on. Finger.
Okay,
No,
I think it's the way you have the camera set up.
I'm upstairs, so y'all got to bear with me this week. This ain't my
All
area.
right.
Anyway, he was born July 2nd, 1925. He died January 17th, 1961. He's Congolese independence leader and first democratically elected leader of Congo as prime minister at the age of 35. He's the founder and leader of the mainstream movement National Congolese. Had an integral role in the campaign of independence from Belgium. He co-established the movement National Congolese in 1958 to call for worldwide unity and freedom of colonial actro- actresses. He was assassinated in 1961. In 2013, the United States of America admitted President Eisenhower authorized his assassination. So let me read that again. In 2013, basically the U.S. admitted that President Eisenhower was the one who authorized his assassination. And in 1964, Malcolm X said Lumumba was the greatest black man who ever walked the African continent.
Malcolm X said that.
Malcolm X said that.
It's a big approval right there.
Exactly. And our last but not least is Elijah McCoy. I don't know if you can. I tried. I'm just gonna stop trying to show you people. But his name is Elijah McCoy. He was born May 2nd, 1844, died October 10th, 1929. And he is an Canadian African inventor and engineer. So there are black Canadians, y'all. Son of a
Other than
former,
Drake.
huh? What you say?
Other than Drake.
Oh,
No, for real, because everybody always the only Canadian everybody wait till all they think is
Yeah.
Drake. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is actually one of our first ones, Elijah McCoy. He was a son of a former slave from Kentucky who escaped via the Underground Railroad to Canada. Although a great financial sacrifice, his parents sent him to Edinburgh, Scotland, where he studied mechanical engineering and noted for 57 of the U.S. patents, most involved the lubrication of the the steam engines. So many of his patents, for a fraction of their worth, never capitalized off his own inventions. The devices he designed made others millionaires. Mm. His oil drip cup invention was so amazing, people termed the phase the real McCoy. Oh, that's where that come from.
Oh.
Which now refers to something authentic and of high quality. That's dope to find that out.
I didn't know that.
For real. 'Cause I never knew it. Yeah. I thought it was just
I
something
heard that thing a million times. I just never knew what it meant.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm like really happy right now to learn that. I never knew where it came from. So that is amazing to know that we're really truly learning something.
Yeah.
Hey boo, hey Facebook user.
Hey.
And somebody said happy birthday, Ian.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
Oh, is
Thank
today
you.
your birthday?
Ian.
Yeah, today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Birthday,
Oh,
birthday,
happy
birthday,
birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We had to stop and do a little celebration, celebrate the king for real, for real. So not only are you a black father, you made it another year.
I
That's
made it another year on God's green earth.
celebrate, baby.
I am. I am.
I ain't gonna ask what's in that cup. We ain't gonna talk. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's Jesus juice.
Don't give me some.
No, but that is dope. So Elijah McCoy gave us the real McCoy, y'all. So every time you hear that, know that it comes from a Canadian man who come from Kentucky and went to Canada to the Underground Railroad. I learned something that I feel really proud about. But let's talk to you, King Ian. First of all, happy birthday. Salute
Thank you.
to you.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about fatherhood. What does that mean for you?
Oh, I don't know. It means a lot. I take my fatherhood very, very serious. Everybody know that. You know, my babies are my everything. I don't know what to say to that. Other than that, you know, my babies are everything. You know, my fatherhood is
I
very serious.
have a question. As a man myself, I don't have any kids, but did you grow up with a dad in your life?
Yeah. So my mom and dad separated when I was young. They got divorced when I was, real young. Mom remarried, so I had my stepfather my whole life. So I had a father figure at home.
So you think like having that father figure at the house kind of like instilled in you the importance of like being there for your kids?
Say it again one more time.
Me having a father figure, right,
Hmm.
in your life when you were young, do you think that instilled the importance of being there for your kids now?
Yeah, most definitely. Um,
Okay.
'Cause I've learned from both sides. More like my dad, like I said, like with him not being there physically, you're saying, definitely drives, saying, me to how I am, saying, about my kids. And then you're saying, the part that my stepfather plays, saying, of being there, also the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because my dad left, my biological father left when I was really young, but I was fortunate enough to have my stepdad, who's still in the picture today, who I call my dad. He's my dad, but he like if I ever have the benefit of having kids, I know what it's like to be there and have somebody, because that's important. I think for especially for a man growing up to have somebody to look forward. You know, mothers are great. I love mothers. I love my mom, but having my dad there was like really critical for my upbringing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think let me just say for one, the reason why this show is so important is because in media and in this society we've been living in, you hear stereotypes of black men not being there for their kids or their deadbeat dads, or it's just all this negativity surrounding black dads. And I wanted to be part of the change for that. So I was like, I know some dope ass black fathers who love to be around their kids and look forward to that. So it was
For real.
important for me to shine a light on that. And so I wanted the rest of the world to hear from a black man's mouth of how great it is to be a dad and how challenging it is with society and the rules that they make up that you can't be. And I also wanted to ask questions of why is it so important in black households for black fathers to um, not let their not really want their kids to express themselves when they're hurting or sad or when they're vulnerable, basically. So, with all that being said, let me ask you, Ian, when it comes to feelings and emotions and things like that, how do you deal with your kids and their emotions? Do you have sons or daughters? Let me ask that first.
Yeah. So, what was it? How many boys? Two boys, two girls. No, three boys, two girls.
Okay, so you got a balance. Okay, that's good. So with your boys, do you allow them to like cry about stuff and feel?
So I'm I didn't like feel, feeling like my feelings were being put to the side when I was a kid, because all that does is, saying, causes you bottle up those feelings. I'm saying, and when they do come out, they come out in the most negative way. I'm saying, as you know, yeah, at times I was an angry kid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're saying, like, or even like when I became a teenager or adult, you see, when I got angry, I lashed out. Like, didn't even have to be, what I'm saying, about the situation in that moment. It could have been five situations from the past that I didn't get to express myself come out in that one moment. So with mines, I'm all, saying, like, even though they're small, saying, I talk to them, ask them what's wrong. Saying, or if they say their feelings hurt, okay, who hurt your feelings? Did daddy hurt your feelings? Mommy hurt your feelings? Saying, let's talk about it.
Okay. So then it's safe to say that you let them express themselves. You allow
Yeah,
them to have feelings, whether they're a boy or a girl.
yeah,
That's equal.
yeah, because you don't want that to manifest and turn into something else, because they feel like they can't express themselves to you or come to you. Because I can say, saying, that I felt like that, saying, as a kid. So, saying, I turned to doing, saying, bad things, saying, to express myself. or to get the attention I was seeking to vent. You know, so I'll just get that. Even though the attention came to me negative, I still wanted it because it was some type of attention. Period.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can relate with that. That having my biological father him leaving so early, I didn't have the. I was kind of like the oldest of my group, so I couldn't really express my feelings. Um, Even with my stepdad, I love him to death, but he was coming into a situation with a new girl. My mother, three kids that are his. I can imagine that's very difficult to deal with, and I didn't get to express myself when I was younger, and that led to some of the poor decisions I made. In my 20s, not so much now. Thank God, but I definitely did a lot of poor decisions, and it came out in toxic ways because I wasn't allowed to. Not that I wasn't allowed, but I just didn't feel comfortable sharing my feelings when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. Even though I was very comfortable because I'm a girl and I'm outspoken, so it was coming out. But for
I would
guys,
say,
it's a little harder because they're taught y'all. I witnessed boys be told to stop crying before they get a reason to cry, or um,
Hmm.
not to say this because you're gonna look like a punk or some stupid stuff like that. So what would you say is the hardest part? And this, I guess, speaking to just being a male in general, what is the hardest part about being a male? So you and Wisdom can actually answer that.
you want to go first?
Oh yeah, I'll go first. The difficulty of being a man is, I think, that old school mentality that boys don't cry and we keep everything bottled up. Um, I refer to everything a level of a shelf of hate. Everything I don't like, I just bottle it up and just push it down. But eventually, that shelf gets full and you lash out, and it doesn't always come out in a positive way. And I think we're under a lot of pressure, especially nowadays, where like masculinity is looked at as like toxic or a bad thing. It's like that's kind of what makes a guy, you know. And I feel like we're not allowed to express who we really are because of how society will take us nowadays, and it just makes our job a little harder, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I was to say also, was being a man is difficult because we have no safe havens. We're not allowed to have feelings. We can't express ourselves. So I guess goes along with what you said, because we want to say, well, sometimes we want to cry too. You said we want to come home. You said to someone and you know get our day off our chest. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because we're supposed to be that for our significant others, our partners, our women. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we want the same. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? The minute we leave our door, you know what I'm saying, the world is against us. We are walking targets. Might not make it back to the crib.
Yeah.
And
And especially, I can't like I can relate a little bit, but being a man in Chicago and a black man like that, you have to deal with you know uh, other things that most people don't have to deal with. So there's that pressure alone too.
right,
Right.
right.
So would you say then to some degree, with that being said, it made me realize to some degree, being a parent is kind of an outlet for you, and it lets you be that vulnerable person that you want to be, that society don't let you be, but your children love you regardless of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So they
Right,
allow you to be
right,
that. So it's
right,
kind of a woosah to be a parent.
right. right? Because you could be
Sometimes.
as soft, because you could be you could be your softer self, your tender self, not the you know mean mug. You know, what I'm saying hard, tough. You know, what I'm saying stuff you got to be. Even though that's not me, not be your personality. For me, I feel like I'm a big teddy bear. But if you see me outside when I'm walking around, you know, what I'm saying doing my day to day, people think I'm the meanest, hoodlumest, thuggish dude. But I'm not. I'm not. I just put this, you know, what I'm saying, this mask on to keep the riffraff, keep the bull stuff away from me, so I can get back to being a father, get back to being a husband, get back to being, you know, what I'm saying, my softer self, my true self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because most men aren't built like that. You know, like we're not hardcore killers, right? Like, but
Oh,
we have to like
hey,
put
I am
that
a
out
killer,
there.
but don't push me.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if I put a gun to your head and I was like, "Yo, think about this critical. Like, are you gonna make a decision based off like, do you want to be violent or you want to talk it out? Like, most of us want to talk it out. Like, we're not gonna choose violence off the rip, you know. Um, but that's another pressure, you know. And nowadays, some men don't even have that partner that looks at them and you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, right? Because like if you're too emotional, that's the thing right there where like women are like, oh, that's a turn off. You're too much like a girl. You're showing too much emotion, and it's like screwed if you do, screwed if you don't, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that can easily work like that. And that's why, like I said, I guess it was important to kind of talk about it because it's to show also that you have both sides. And I hate that I had to put black fathers, but they struggles a little different than a white father. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, well, let me break it down and put this like this to maybe highlight and elevate that they love this. They love to be daddies. They love to be soft. They want to be hugged. They want to be people and not, like you said, hardcore killers. Don't push me.
Yeah. Growing up, like I said, like without having I mean, I can only like now I have a really good relationship with my dad, and I can talk to him about things. But that wasn't always the case, right? Like it took years to get to that point where I could trust him enough. Because like up to that point, you know, it was my dad and my mother went through a little phase where she like dealt with other men, and they were like in and out. So it was really hard for me to trust another guy coming in, especially as a kid, because I was like, you're gonna leave in like 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But credit to credit is due. Is Miguel has been in my life since I was like 8 years old, and I'm 35 now. He's still here, so it
That's your
wasn't just
daddy,
a
boy.
booty call. Yeah, like
Right.
y'all do from Galaxy Guardians to the Galaxy. I'm your daddy, boy.
You know, I don't have any kids, but just to make a statement off of what Junior just said about trust. You know, he had to trust a male figure. Now, put it in perspective of a woman growing up without the father in the house. Her trust with men are totally different. Like, I'm not gonna speak for everything, but like growing up without a father in the house, she experienced so many different things. As when she go into the world looking for her significant other or
Mhm.
trying to put trust in a man or her boy, how to, I guess, communicate with the opposite because she didn't have that in the household. It was just her and her mother.
Yeah.
You know, because you hear society say, well, if if he had his daddy in the household, he would have grew up different. But it's also the same with the daughter. If she had her father around, maybe she would have made better choices in the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk slow so I can get it all out. So, yeah.
No, that's cool. And it makes sense. But like I said, society gonna forever always throw the negativity out there, but what we're doing now is highlighting the positive that he is there and he is making sure he show his daughters what is like, what that respect looks like from the opposite sex, or what a first date look like, or how a boy should grow into a man and actually address a female and not allow their emotions to control their anger, and just all these different things that a lot of us, if you was brought up in the 90s, I'm an 80s baby, but brought up in the 90s. So I got that treatment and we didn't get that. We wasn't taught what it was like. And that's why a lot of us had daddy issues or mama issues for that matter, because we wasn't taught a lot of things. So we're highlighting the people who are doing their best to make sure they break those cycles. And Ian is one of those men, and I commend him. And I want to know more about it. And I want to know what keeps you going and what makes you want to fight harder for them, and like the benefits, and make us excited for fatherhood, honey.
I guess like I said, just my own upbringing. My dad not being there, but you say he tried to be there from the distance, and then my stepfather being there, but he was distant, but physically there, but emotionally distant. You know what I'm saying? So my motivation was always to be different. Take those two examples and give my children exactly what I needed from them, give it to mine. So I want it's in like with like we just talking about with the examples and trusting me and stuff like that. I want my kids to trust me. I didn't trust my father figures. I didn't trust my biological father. I didn't trust my stepfather. You know what I'm saying? With me, I didn't trust them with me. And so I want that different from my kids. You know what I'm saying? To be that, to earn that being their hero, because a kid's first hero is saying mom, dad, whatever. And I want to earn it though. You know saying I want to keep that title. You say, but I want to give them reasons and examples. So when they're asked, why is your dad your hero? I'm saying it'd be this, it'd be that. With my son and daughter, they both have two different moms. Son lives in Georgia, daughter lives in Iowa. But my connection to them and still with their mothers, even though I'm married, and stuff now, you couldn't tell the difference that I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he didn't even know how close me and his mommy is. Not saying like we have sex or he sees us kiss or whatever, but he didn't know we were even separated. We haven't been together since he was 1 year old. He'll be 6 next month. And he just learned
something really valid though.
Well,
you said you wanted to earn their respect and keep it.
Yeah,
that's big.
Yeah, because I don't like even as a kid, as an adult, I never liked the whole just because you have a certain title in my life means you're supposed to automatically get this, this respect and this, this what's due. Like, no, that's earned both ways.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's for grandmother, sister, mother, uncle, daddy, brother, for everybody. You're saying you have to earn the level of respect that I give you. I'm just not gonna give you because you're my uncle. I'm not just giving it to you because you're my auntie.
Right.
You're saying if you're a foul person to me, you're not finna get, then you no longer get that respect from me.
Right.
And that's very to me. That's saying this most important is with the parent, the fathers and the children.
I agree.
Yeah, I would have. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
But no, I want to commend you on that because a lot of men don't. A lot of guys in general think, oh, because I'm your dad, you have to respect me. Like, no, you should earn it. Like, just because you donated some sperm, right, doesn't mean anything, really.
It's true.
Like, real talk. Like, how am I supposed to trust you when shit hits a proverbial fan? How am I gonna know that you're gonna be there if I don't trust you and you don't show up when I need you? Because that's all a kid wants, really, is somebody to depend on. It's not that you don't have to go above and beyond. Great, if you do, but
Right.
just show up and be there. That's
Right.
all the kid wants, really.
Now, Ian, you said
Right.
you didn't have nobody, you didn't trust your biological or your stepdad. So,
Right.
did you trust any male figure in your life growing up?
Um, the most important, to be honest, I hope nobody else watches because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But uh,
This is your truth. Can't nobody be mad at your
I
truth.
know, I know, I know. But you'll say, everybody knows what you'll say. What's up? But now for my uncle Ron, because watching him with his kids, or even how he did us first, because we were first before they had children or whatever, and he was the father figure. He was the male role model. He was the disciplinarian when we got in trouble. We're going to his house. He finna work us out. You know what I'm saying? Beat our butt. All that good stuff.
Somebody said they love you, cousin. You're such an inspiration.
Yeah. So honestly, even still now, right now to this day, you know what I'm saying? At today, 33 years old, I still turn to him. You know what I'm saying, for wisdom, for guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like with this situation, with my daughter, you know, her. My wife had to have the emergency C-section, and my daughter, they took 45 minutes to what's it called resuscitate or
Oh
bring her to life or
wow,
whatever. Get
Oh
her
wow.
first breath. 45
that's a
minutes.
blessing.
But my uncle, you know what I'm saying, he's been through all these difficulties with his children, you know what I'm saying, and watching his strength, you know what I'm saying, through that. You know what I'm saying, to be there for his wife, his other children, you know what I'm saying, was motivation for me in this situation.
Okay.
Because like I've been explaining to people all week, I've been through some scary stuff, you know what I'm saying, being robbed at gunpoint and all different type of stuff like that. But that day in that operating room was the scariest moment of my life. You know what I'm saying, to see my baby like that, the scariest thing ever.
I can actually relate to that because with my youngest, he was actually preemie, born 3 pounds 2 ounces, went cold pink, and wasn't breathing for 5 minutes. So they kept telling me how he was going to have learning disabilities and all these different things. And
Right,
my baby's the top of his class and growing strong. So
right,
I am a testament to you, baby, that your baby gonna be just fine. I know
yeah,
how hard and scary it was though, because I lived that.
yeah,
So I commend you for still number one. A week, you said a week ago, and you right here with us right now. That's strength.
yeah.
This is strength, and to be able to share your testament for other people to know that you can get through it. And as long as you put the babies in your good energy first, it all fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to your Uncle Ron. That
Right.
makes Mr.
Shout out to
Wisdom
Ron
over there know the
Robinson
power of
Jr.
an uncle.
For
Because
real.
that's all we're doing at the end of the day is like figuring it out, right? Like no one has like a guidebook to
No.
how to live your life, right? Like you experience like your obstacles and you figure it out the best you can. And when you don't, it's great to have an Uncle Ron or my dad, for instance, to like, ask the question, hey, how did you deal with this?
Right.
What do you suggest?
Right.
Drop some bars, right? Give me some knowledge. Give me
No,
some
for real.
wisdom.
Because
Facts.
it makes the walk in your manhood easier when you have that
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, that other person in your corner, you know what I'm saying, behind you, you know what I'm saying, pushing you and guiding you, you know what I'm saying, catching when you stumble. You know what I'm saying, it's important.
Because none of us are perfect. Like
Nah.
we are gonna fail. Like everybody. Like we have our own story, but like having somebody there, like King was saying there, to catch you when you fall is so important because you are gonna fall. Like no
Right.
one, no one goes through life and doesn't stumble, right? Like or it's not about like going down and being at the bottom. It's about like to climb back up and showing people like you're gonna deal with adversity. Show your
Right.
kids you're gonna deal with adversity in life. Not everything's gonna be handed to you. Sometimes you have to work for it, and sometimes like you're gonna make
Yeah.
mistakes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of life.
It's like that part on Friday, when when Craig get knocked down by Debo, his daddy behind him. I've been knocked down before. He can do this. Let him be a man. Get up, Craig. Get up, Craig. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying like that. You're saying having you're saying that father figure behind you, rooting you on. They keep going when you stumble. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna want to lay there. No, you gotta get up.
Absolute facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a reel behind the scenes right now. Like I called Strength yesterday, and I was like, I'm not a dad, and I'm not black. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to bring to this conversation. Real talk, but this has been one of like the most like enriching experiences for me because I'm learning as well.
That's what's up.
But you are a man of color, right?
Yeah. I'm Puerto Rican, but you know.
Oh, you black then? Man.
Right.
Okay.
See,
I come the same thing.
I thought you was going to say something, that, bro. You black, bro.
Okay.
You black, bro.
All right. We're good. You black, bro.
No, but so okay, we got like 10 minutes left, so I want you to just drop some bombs. So what I want to know now, I want to know if somebody was to come to you and say, man, she making it so hard for me to be a dad. She won't let me see my kids. If I don't give her no money, she won't let me see this baby. What would you tell them about being a dad with somebody who's making their life just hard when it comes to seeing that baby?
Giving them the money.
But what if they don't have it?
No, but look, no, but hit me. And I'm speaking from my own experience with this, right?
Okay.
My daughter's mom, we used to have, this same difficulty. It was if I didn't, do this or do that, it was somehow I can't see the baby now. So what I started to do was I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm an able body, so let me go ahead, hustle, bustle, let me do this, do that, whatever. I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm keeping receipts. Well, I use Cash App receipts. I'm gonna say for the baby this, for the baby that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't say, you know what I'm saying, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, or whatever. Arguments, you know what I'm saying, where she always wants to be right. You gotta choose, you know what I'm saying, choose your battles.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you less than to fold and be like, you know what, you got it, you right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you save yourself the more, you know what I'm saying, more headache trying to prove yourself right or prove that person wrong. You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do that because at the end of the day, it's about the baby. So if you gotta sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, a little headache, you know what I'm saying, you gotta sacrifice proving a good point, do that.
Right.
Do that.
So, but the biggest point that I just got from what you said was make a way out of no way. Don't say what you can't do.
Exactly.
Don't make excuses because when it comes to your seat, it's your seat.
Bro, I done donated blood. I done did this, that, third. You can do it's possible. You know what I'm saying? I done beg, borrow, it all. You can. It's a way. It's always a way.
I love that advice because that's just like life in general. It's always a way. Don't sit there with the I can't and woulda, coulda, shouldas and all that. Like, do what's necessary to get what you need to get.
Yeah, sacrifice buying that new version of 2K. You ain't gotta buy it. You ain't gotta pre-order that. You ain't gotta buy them new J's to come out.
Yeah, like it's all about like I think it gets lost in translation nowadays, where like you still want to have your best life, but you have a kid. Like you have to kind of adopt a mentality that it's not about you anymore, right? It's about your kid. So like Kim Graves was saying, like if you have to skip out on this shit, it's okay. Then you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, like make that sacrifice, make your battles, keep a calm head when it comes to situations like that. Because my brother is going through it with his older son and his baby mom. She makes it really hard for him to see his kid, like really hard. And my brother is like a good dude. He's a good dad, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of men are in the same boat. But like Kangaroo's was saying, keep receipts. You know, pick your battles, keep calm. All those things in time. You know, good things come to those who wait. and
Yeah.
sometimes you have to go through the shit to appreciate the sunshine. So just keep receipts and keep in your head that even though you're not winning this battle, you're gonna win the war. Just keep
Right.
calm and
Because
carry
even if,
on.
or even, you know what I'm saying, even if you decide to get Johnny Law involved and, you know what I'm saying, going to the court, you know what I'm saying, like if, you know what I'm saying, if the woman's that difficult where you just can't, all right, let's go, you know what I'm saying, let's go down to the court, you know what I'm saying, get this joint custody so you can't say no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say no because now she'll be in trouble.
So you saying advocate for yourself?
Advocate for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, because some, you know what I'm saying, like, society has brainwashed women and men, you know what I'm saying, how they don't need us, you know what I'm saying, and then when it comes down to the father wanting to play a part and make decisions and this, that, third, or whatever, the mother feel like she got all control when that's not true. It's not true. But you see, a lot of men don't, you saying, don't realize that, don't know that, they don't advocate for themselves.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So they fall, they you know what I'm saying, they fall into that, you know what I'm saying, that trap.
That is true. I've watched it, and then they play victim, and it's
Yeah,
like, well, she making. Well, no, you got to do what's necessary, and like you said, you go
exactly.
down to that courthouse and you put that paperwork in, and you fight for
Yeah,
your baby, fight for
yeah.
yourself, fight for what you deserve. You deserve to be happy with your kid.
Hmm.
Take them to the park, go to
Now
meetings.
I'm against child support though, only because
When you say
of
you're against it, though, does that mean you're against giving child support? Or does that mean
no, no,
you're
no.
against the courts having say so over the
Okay,
child support?
so let me make it clear because I did kind of okay.
Yeah,
Let me make it
yeah,
clear.
please.
So like I'm only for child support when the father is truly absent completely. But I feel like that if the father is active and willing, then I think that, you know what I'm saying, there should be no child support involved. Because for one, you can get more out of the father, you know what I'm saying, versus what the court will give you. Not saying
True.
that not saying that the father is just supposed to stop giving you stuff because you got child support. Not saying that. But I'm just saying if y'all can come, you know what I'm saying, work stuff out. Like I said, I'm speaking from my own experiences. With my two baby mamas or whatever, you know what I'm saying, we have that understanding. As long as I continue to do for mine, you know what I'm saying, and I communicate with them, that, you know what I'm saying, ain't no child, I'm putting on child support, this and all that, saying whatever. Because,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, I
You
do
do
for
what
mine.
you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying, right, exactly. I come through, you know what I'm saying, when I'm supposed to. But then even when I don't have it, is, hey, I ain't got it, you know what I'm saying. But give me a minute, give me to tomorrow, give me to the end of the week, I figure it out. And if I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't have it, then
So
hey,
you you don't you don't lose communication, and you don't just be like, I ain't got it, and that's just it. It's like,
right, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
have
no.
it now. Just give me a
It still go
second,
to
and
it
I
still
got
go to, you know what I'm saying, it still go to you figuring it out. You know what I'm saying, you trying to make a way. You know what I'm saying? If it's not a dire need where you need it right there in that moment, give yourself time. Hey, it's Monday. I'll let you know by Friday if I can come up with it.
I like that. I like that, and there's power in that.
But the reason why I'm also against it too, you know what I'm saying, is the
Vanna said communication.
the problems that it can cause for, you know what I'm saying, men. Because life happens. You know what I'm saying? So say I lose my job and I'm on child support. They not gonna care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's taking away my license. That's jail time. That's still fines. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, you know what I'm saying? They even stop
Right.
some people for getting jobs, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, because of that. So you put, you know what I'm saying, that's more stress, you know what I'm saying, and more, you know what I'm saying, more problems for me.
To be honest, that's more problems for the kid, because if you in jail or you having all these issues, now you stressed out for this kid. You ain't no good for this kid. Now they stressed out and they
Right,
don't have the best dad either. So
right,
it's
right.
like, it's not a win-win.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, that's why I'm against it. Unless you're saying that father don't want, you know what I'm saying, nothing to do with the baby, then go ahead, get your little ducats, you know what I'm saying, put them on papers, whatever. You know what I'm saying, do that, you know what I'm saying, do it like that. But if you're
And
saying you
I can speak on the child support thing. My brother is on child support, and he still buys my nephew like clothes and sneakers, and that's besides what the government takes out of his check.
Right.
You know, so child support, it doesn't go to the child really half the time. It goes to the
right,
woman. Real
right,
talk. You know,
That's
so
true.
my brother still, like, when he has a kid, he takes him out. He does what he
right,
has to do as a dad because he feels like he has to make up for the time he lost. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
that to be fair, I will say what I've always said, which is this is why you don't just go out having babies with people. You want to know the people you engage with because you gonna have lifelong partners once you have a baby with this person. And
Hmm.
if they not good people and they just trying to use you for what you got, then imagine what the rest of that life is gonna be like.
Hmm.
So you might don't want to think with the wrong head. And I
Hey,
know
I was going to say sometimes you get caught up in the, you know what I'm saying?
but I understand
In the
that getting caught
moment,
up, but when you get caught up, you just do what's necessary and you take care of what you need to take care of.
No,
Meaning, if
I
you
agree
have
with
a
you. I
baby,
agree.
you don't just be like, that was a one night stand. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I agree with you. I agree with you on it. I agree with you on it.
So I just want to say, I commend you for number one, making a way out of no way and communicating with your baby mamas and being a stand up dad and just trying your best despite all the obstacles that you've been through in your own childhood and in life now because you're an adult black man. It ain't easy in our society just being you. So I commend you for doing what you do. I value you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate it.
do you, Courage or Wisdom, want to say anything to end before we?
I just want to say thank you for coming on and bringing to light this topic.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. It's a topic that we can spend all day talking about, really. Um, but just thank you for going out there and showing like other black men and other men in general what it's like to be a good father figure for your kids, and hopefully we can open up some heads and mentality to be like, yo, think about it this way instead of the way you've been thinking about it. So
Right.
I want to say thank you again.
Miss
Appreciate you, bro.
Courage.
And I want to say thank you too for being a father figure. And as a woman, to say that we don't have many black men that are willing to step up and do what they need to do. So I commend you on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So as I told you, I appreciate you, value, I love you.
And I
You're
appreciate y'all.
everything because this is awesome. You are amazing. But I want to encourage y'all, number one, to go your butt over there to YouTube and click that link, subscribe, click the bell so you can get the
Most,
notifications. But
most definitely.
also put that crown on, sugar, and put the lantern inside the crown. Turn that light up. Let that light radiate over your body. Ain't none but positivity gonna get to penetrate that light. Anything negative gonna bounce back. Know that when you down, only place left to go is up. You are wonderfully and perfectly made. And until next time, honey love, and stay in the building.
All right, y'all.